What's up, Jolinator Club? Alright, so I am now continuing my X-Men reviews, today with X-Men Origins Wolverine. And just like always, guys, this review is going to contain spoilers, so if you have not seen this movie, I strongly suggest turning this video off before you even continue. Alright, as for the rest of you, welcome. Let's talk about X-Men Origins Wolverine. X-Men Origins Wolverine is the fourth X-Men movie, but this one is not a sequel to X-Men The Last Stand. It's actually a prequel. What happened before the original X-Men and all that kind of stuff. Because Wolverine, in the first X-Men film, didn't know who he was. This movie goes through all of that. It shows how he got his adamantium skeleton, how he fought in a war with his brother Sabretooth, and then eventually when the whole war thing was over, he and Sabretooth go their different ways. He gets a woman, and then eventually she dies, and that's when he gets his adamantium skeleton injected into him. Now, this might all sound, like simple stuff, but let me clarify one thing, guys. This movie really does hold true to the title, and that's what I do like about it. I know a lot of people don't like this movie, and hey, that's fine. If you're watching this and you don't like this movie, please respect that this is my opinion. Yours is different. Yours could be different from mine. Neither one of us are wrong. This is my opinion, okay? Anyway, the title holds true to what this movie is supposed to do, and although I enjoyed it, my problem with the movie is it did defeat a lot of what was done in X2. Because, for one thing, the adamantium bullet thing in this movie was already horrible, and, that just didn't make any sense at all. It was stupid, this is also the first movie where we see that Wolverine has bone claws. Okay, that is the one thing that I'm just going to say this. I'm not a fan of Wolverine having bone claws. Now, I know that the whole thing is, X-Men lore, he has bone claws in the comics as well, but I don't like it then either. Now, as far as the acting in this movie, Hugh Jackman is back as Wolverine, and as usual, he's awesome. Who's the other guy? Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber plays Sabretooth, and he does a fair job, I won't lie. Ryan Reynolds is in this one as Deadpool, but of course, he was fine at first, but then they ripped his mouth off, and that was where us, the fans, drew the line. And of course, the big thing for me, I'll get into some different things here. One character that they introduce in this movie is the Blob, and personally, I don't mind the Blob in this movie. I thought he was okay. The character was fine, and we do see the beginnings of some of the X-Men. Like, we see Cyclops, we see his origin a little bit, and then eventually, towards the end of the movie, we actually see Professor X and how he gets the X-Men, how he gets all these mutants to, join him. And Patrick Stewart is in this movie for a little bit, but really he doesn't have a huge role. His role is only towards the end. And also towards the end of the movie, the fight between Wolverine and Deadpool with his mouth ripped off, which really just looks like Baraka from Mortal Kombat. That's a pretty cool fight, and I like how it's not just Wolverine and Deadpool. It's also Sabretooth is also involved in the fight. That was pretty cool. It shows that they do have somewhat of a sort of a camaraderie forms back between them, and I do like that. Regardless, the fights that Wolverine has with Sabretooth are pretty cool, and I think this movie is decent. Okay, guys? This movie's not horrible, and it's definitely not the worst X-Men movie I've ever seen. I do think this movie is entertaining, and my rating for this, I would say X-Men Origins Wolverine is a movie that would be kind of nice at matinee price. Alright, guys, so post your comments below. I want to know, have you seen X-Men Origins Wolverine? If so, what did you think? Hey, if you guys didn't like this movie, please don't hate. This is my opinion. And as always, guys, thank you all for watching, and if you like this, like, comment, favorite, hit that subscribe button, and join the Jolinator Club. Chest bump.